You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. Tell the truth and shame the devil. I love being black. I love being black. All right, people. Live, uncut, unedited. Where we tell the truth, shame the devil. I got the way. All right, come on in. Come on in. Mm. Come on in, people. Come on in. Come on in. Mhm. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Live, uncut, unedited. This is where we tell the truth and shame the devil. All right, Selena. All right. Come on in. Make sure you guys share the video. All right. Okay. Uh-huh. All right. Live, uncut, unedited. Come on in, people. Tell the truth, shame the devil. Yeah. Come on in. Come on. You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. Tell the truth. And what? And shame the devil. I love being black. Come on, people. Live, uncut, unedited. Where we tell the truth and shame the devil. Come on in, come on in. I'm live, 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 live. You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. Tell the truth and shame the devil. I love being black. Come on in, people. You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. Tell the truth and shame the devil. I love being black. I like that, y'all. I love being black. I love that. I love it. 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 When I tell you I love it, I love it. I love it. Come on in, people. Come on in. Come on in. Thank God for you. Thank God for you and you. Hey, Lewis Ramsey, what's going on? Is that Mariola Robes? How you doing? Selena Johnson, how you doing? Karen Crawley Martin, how you doing? Rhonda Horton. All right. Modesta Otis. All right. Kenny Nicole, what's going? Debbie Loggins. Hope I pronounced that right. Rhonda Horton again. Sorry, I come and like take care. Yeah, okay. Come on in, come on in, come on in, people. We tell the truth and shame the devil. Come on in, come on in. I'm live, uncut, and unedited. I'm live, people. All right, let's see how many people share my video and like me. And let's see, Facebook. Last night, I couldn't even see the Facebook comments. I see the YouTube comments, but the Facebook comments, I couldn't even see their comments. Yeah, at all. I couldn't see it. All right, all right. Shine, what's up? Brother Mohammed. All right. I say that every day. Tell the truth, shame the devil. Tell the truth and shame the devil. What's up, Brother D? I just text you too. I just text you. I got 1 share and 4 likes. Oh my goodness. That's how y'all do me. That's how y'all do your boy. All right. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. We're talking about crime tonight. And folks getting down in crime, doing crime, and oh man. Come on in. I'm putting it in my group. All right, live, uncut, unedited. Well, we tell the truth and shame the devil. Come on. You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. Tell the truth. And what? And shame the devil. I love being black. Man, I love that. Tell the truth and shame the devil. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. Tell the truth and shame the devil. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Come on in, people. All right. Come on in, come on in, come on in. That we look alike here. We got a few people on here. Just a very few. We got some Twitter X people on here tonight. Twitter was strong with me the other night. I mean, strong the other night. Strong as I ever seen it. Strong. Showing up. YouTube showing up tonight. Angel B, what's going on? Was that Don Nicole? Yep. Tiffany Wilson. What's up, Miss Tiffany? I enjoyed your statement you made the other night, which was so profound, which was so profound. And my thing look all raggedy up here. Look at my thing. I'm like, look. Turn around, people, and fix my backdrop. Yeah. My backdrop. I love being black. Come on in, people. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. All right. All right. Peggy Gay, what's up, Peggy? All right. John Street Stelly. It's real out here in the city of Chicago.
Tell the truth and shame the devil.
Tell the truth. Yeah. And shame the devil. Come on in. Come on in. People, come on in. Come on in. We need some callers.
Call in number 872-299-0808 or 872-297-6389. I love being black.
Mm-hmm. I was there. Roderick Polly. Hey, you doing good? You doing, Martin? God bless you. Everyone else, bless you too, my brother. Deborah Singleton. Hey, Deborah. Okay. All right. If there's any birthdays tonight, I want to wish y'all a happy birthday. If you have any birthdays on here tonight, Cassandra Clark, Latanya Gamlin. All right. Latanya Johnson. Maya, how you doing, my sister? All right. Lord's last night platform was popping. Oh my God, it was popping, wasn't it? Man, it was popping, boy. All right. The shooting on 75th and Stony Island. We could talk about that. Thank you. All right. What happened, Marty Mom? Man, it's real out here in these streets. It is real, man. LaShawn D. Jerks. Okay. All right, Don Nicole. All of these young men are living in someone else's home with guns, and they don't know the guns are in their home. Yeah, that's true. That is so true. Lavina Shelton, how you doing? Budweiser Lester, what's up, man? Lisa Love, what's going on, Lisa? Shine, I can't find how to send star. No, I don't even. I got that locked down. I ain't giving them no money. They don't give me no money anyway. Rhonda Thomas, Dr. Katrina Sanders. All right, I see you. The violence is definitely keeping us busy. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Tracy Fun Troy. I think I pronounced that right. Heidi Shelton. Hey, Heidi. Yes. Miss Johnson, Tiana Johnson. Hey, Martin, I'm heartbroken from my longtime friend getting killed in front of the restaurant on 95th. Oh, my God. Yes. People, I'm telling you, we just not loving each other. Send positive thoughts and vibes and many prayers for all of us. Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, people, we got to do this ourselves. We talking about stopping the violence. We waiting on the Democrats and Republicans to stop the violence. That ain't gonna happen. They ain't gonna be able to lock everybody up. Jermaine Maxwell, what's going on, my bro? Yeah, they ain't gonna be able to lock everybody up. I'm telling you. Now, let me put this number up here so y'all can start calling in so we can talk about this crime. Let's get this show on the road. I'm telling you, get the show on the road. I'm telling you. Y'all know we're gonna talk more than about crime anyway. We always do. We never really stay to the subject, but we're gonna try a little bit. But we're gonna get off. Call in numbers. Call in numbers. Put it on the screen here. Put it on the screen. I just call in numbers, people. All right, y'all come on in. Come on in. This is live, uncut, unedited. All right, we got 55 people on here. 52. All right, we're going to talk about crime tonight. Yeah, that's right, Tiffany. We don't have to do much because we're killing ourselves. Yes, we are. Excuse me for yawning, people. We're killing ourselves. All right. All right, I need a caller. Call in, Tiffany. The number's on the screen. I just took it down. Well, let me get the numbers up on the screen. I got both call-in numbers. Call in. Call in. Live, uncut, unedited. Yes. Call in, people. Live on. We're going to talk about crime tonight.
You already know what it is.
What is
live, uncut,
and what?
Unedited. Tell the truth.
And what?
And shame the devil.
I love being black. Mm-hmm. All right. Chantel. All right. All right. We got a caller. There go my partner, y'all. Vera Giles Norris in the house. My partner in the house. All right. Come on in, people. Come on in. Come on in. All right. I think I got a caller. You ready to talk yet, caller? Come on, caller.
Tiffany.
Hey, Tiffany. Come on, talk to us. Bring us home. Talk to us. Open it up.
How you doing tonight?
As the folks say, I'm highly blessed. Blessed and favored.
So now you all talking about the killing in Chicago. My goodness. As I just said, we don't have to do much. They don't have to do much because we kill ourselves. Mm-hmm. It's so sad.
It is sad.
I don't know. We don't value life like we used to. And I understand things change and we'll never be the same, but it's just like the mentality of the young folk. They, like I said many times before, they have no fear of anything. And it comes back from home training, really. And I thought about something a while back. I was like, Brandon Johnson was saying, oh, we need to make more activities and this, that, and the other. And the fact of the matter is there's activities out here. It's not really the kids that don't want to participate so much. The parents don't want to take them. Mm-hmm. Because the parents are too busy doing their thing. Mm-hmm. Give them a gadget. Let them be on the computer. Let them do this. Let them do that. Because we too busy trying to do our own thing that we're not investing in our children. So when you don't spend time with your children, the parole officer, the police officer, the drug dealers, the gang members, they become their family. Mm-hmm. And who can we really blame but ourselves? You have to invest in your children. And sometimes people are a victim of their situations and circumstances, and I get that. But at the same time, you have to take that sacrifice and that extra step.
Hold it.
A lot of people laughed at me.
Miss Wilson, hold it for a second. Let me give condolence to, I remember that too, Sister Tiara, So Blessed one. Yeah, I remember that fan passed away 2/10/24. I'm sorry to hear that, Cassandra. I'm gonna check on the page and write something on the page. I tell you, I'm sorry to hear that. My condolences. Yeah. All right, go ahead, Tiffany. I'm sorry I had to interrupt you. Go ahead.
Oh no. People used to laugh at me because I sent my son out of town. Out the country at 15. I couldn't go, but I sent him to go because I wanted him to experience things. When my daughter was a senior, she went to Costa Rica for 2 years. and she participated in University of Heredia. She earned college credits. And it wasn't until then she realized when she went over there and saw a different way of life. She's like, Ma, you know what? We are very spoiled and entitled Americans. We are very entitled. I said, yeah. She said, I mean, like, they don't take anything for granted. And it's just a different way of life. It kind of makes you appreciate what you have. And a lot of people are like, well, you paid all that money for her to go. Yes, because I want her to understand that life is more than just what you see.
Mm.
You have to get out and explore.
Mm-hmm. Hold on, sister.
And you have to be.
Tell me one more time. Mass shooting on 71st and Chappelle. Is that accurate? Mass shooting, 71st and Chappelle. My goodness. I'm gonna make a call. Go ahead, Tiffany. I'm gonna text somebody. See if that's true. Go ahead.
But it's just sad, you know. And I wanted her to have those experiences because really, realistically, when you get in the real world, there's more to just made up in the environment in which you live.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my kids went to bar mitzvahs, they went to quinceañeras, they did a lot of stuff, and it was only because my mom exposed me. I went to back in the day, going to the opera was a big thing. You dressed up, so I went to see Madame Butterfly, Phantom of the Opera, you know, at the Lyric House, just because it was something different. And I think our kids don't have a lot of exposure to it. And if they do, their parents are like, don't nobody want to be bothered with that, this, that, and the third. And it's really not about that. You are creating history and moments for your children so that when they become parents themselves, they can spread it on and they can, you know, share a little bit of what they've learned.
Mm-hmm. And let me ask
and
you,
I don't like to say that our generation is lost.
Right.
Has joined.
You let me say this to you too, my dear sister. Do you think I think I'm asking you the question and answer that when we expose our children to such thing as what you just said, that gives them an advantage in life, doesn't it?
It does to a certain degree, but let's understand, kids are still going to be kids. My kids still got in trouble. My son, he still got in trouble. But when he got in trouble, he knew, and even people that knew them was like, that's not you. You wasn't raised like that. But the peer pressure, you know, but my thing is, if you have never been exposed to nothing different, if all you know is 79th Street, if all you know is your environment, you adapt to it. If nobody exposed you to something different, you know, if you've never eaten cherries and all you've eaten is strawberries, how you know what a cherry tastes like unless you try it? But it's mostly about spending quality time. I was a part of the school board simply because he was in Catholic schools and it wasn't that many of us in, you know what I mean, in the school. So when I come along, they look at me like, oh my goodness. But I wanted to be ever present because it's always a stigmatism that all Black parents, they're young, they don't care, they don't want to be involved in. That's not 100% true.
Right.
But we have lost faith in a system that fails us constantly because we don't know that we are the system.
Mm-hmm.
And when you don't understand that and the role that you play, and I tell people all the time, you'll lose yourself trying to find yourself, and that's the truth. Mm-hmm. It's not that our youth don't have too much direction. It's not that they're all lazy and that they come from bad environments. No one has ever taken the time to show them anything different.
Right.
Or they have parents that's too busy worrying about, you know, being out in the club or social media or doing whatever, that they're not taking an investment in their children. And they are an investment because they are our future. And if we don't, you know, they just senseless. They lost. They don't. There's so much pressure on them. I'm glad that my children are grown, and I'm glad that I don't have younger children now because the pressure these kids, you hear about it all the time. You talk about kids committing suicide. I mean, it's sad. It's like kids committing suicide and getting bullied, and it's like, what is going on? We didn't have all of this back in our day. We didn't have social media. We didn't have outside influences like that. Look, we were just happy to go outside and, you know, go to a party or look, what they call a kickback now. We was happy to go to a house party, dancing on the speakers and whatnot. You know, we were just happy to be outside, have a good time. Yeah, they don't have, some of them don't have coping mechanisms, and they turn to other stuff because it's an outlet for them.
Yeah, wow.
The most we did was smoke weed.
Mm-hmm. Well, look.
Now you got to wonder what these kids doing.
Yeah, it ain't no telling. There was something I wanted to say too. Man, they said a mass shooting, 8 people shot. I'm trying to find out what's going on. Might have to leave y'all. Leave this live. God, dog. 8 people shot right now as we speak. So I got somebody
8
on it now.
people.
Yeah, I might have to leave and go to that crime scene. I'm trying to see. I'm gonna wait and see when I get this. I'm waiting on this text to come back. That somebody finna check on it right now. Make sure it's authentic. You know.
And the
Yeah.
thing that's so sad about it, the first nice day, the first above 60 degrees or 50 degrees and sunny, here we go.
Yeah.
It's going to be a long summer.
A long summer. Mm-hmm.
And I always say Chicago, the city that still cries.
Yeah. I call it the city of no brotherly love.
That too.
That's a city of no brotherly love. Yeah.
And we are the most segregated city in the world, in the United States. And people talk about New York, like, oh, New York is this. My family's from New York. My grandmother is from Barbados. And
Okay.
New York is the melting pot. So everybody's the first stop off the harbor. So everybody goes there. And the one thing I can say is when you go to New York, you experience all cultures all at one time.
Okay.
The only thing that's a little bit segregated is the Jewish community. And it's not even segregated. They just have their own community.
Hmm.
But your next door neighbor in the project could be Puerto Rican, could be Haitian, could be Chinese, because it's mostly about your income, not about your race.
Oh, okay.
And so when my family came to Chicago, they were like, what is this? I mean, like, it's a nice place. They was like, oh, y'all so segregated. The north side to stay here, the south side to stay here. I was like, well, yeah, but I mean, just experiencing different cultures are like, they're kind of like free. Nobody really looking at you crazy in New York because everybody is in their own culture.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
So, I mean, I'm sorry to hear all the shootings and the nasty. It's like you can't even go outside. It used to be back in the day that downtown was like untouched. You didn't hear about crimes on the north side as much. Not that they didn't happen,
Right.
but it was like going on the Mag Mile. Oh yeah, I'm going shopping. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. Now it's like no.
He said, "No, huh?"
And
Yeah.
I hate that the media always gets on the news and say, well, this thing never happens in our town and on this side. You never really hear about it. Of course not. But that doesn't mean you're not touched. That doesn't mean that you can't be touched. Because now these kids are smashing and grabbing, and it seems like a lot of the crimes are going up the northern side. And before, you didn't go over there.
Right. Mm. Hold it right there, Tiffany. Don't go nowhere. Paula Holmes, come on. Okay, go ahead, Paula.
Hey, how are you?
Good, good.
That's good. That is so true. She is so right. Because some stuff happened on, what is it, Irving Park at Broadway.
Mm.
Like she said, the north side wasn't. Everybody was like, "Oh, let's move north. Let's move north." Blah, 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 blah. I'm scared to move anywhere now.
Okay.
Time is like right here. Like my kid is grown, but I have grandkids. I fear my black men's rights. And it's sad. It's sad, like the young lady said, what can we do to prevent our black men more so than our black females? I mean, they go through their stuff, but it's more our black men.
More.
I mean,
More black men or what? I want to hear this. Uh-oh.
that's hold on, I got you. I got you. Our black men is so much in danger, so much in trouble. I don't know if I don't want to be racist, but hey, it is what it is. It's like our black men can't stay out of trouble. And why are we getting shot up? Why is our black men getting shot up? Why is our black babies getting shot up? Have we ever thought about that? Have we ever really thought about what's really going on in today's society? Like the young lady said, this was not happening back in our days. This was not happening in our parents' days. This was not happening in our foreparents' days
at all.
So
hold on.
at all.
Hold it. You said what wasn't happening? Killing and shooting?
if it was happening,
It was
it
happening.
wasn't happening to the point where we can understand it. It's worse and it's not getting any better. Like in my time, it's not getting no better. Then my kids in their time, it's not gonna get no better. And the kids they have, it's not gonna get no better. So it's a vicious cycle. And this is coming from a Asiatic queen. So where are we getting this from? What do we do? Is it because the men in the society don't give a damn, or is it from the men so-called wants to be daddies and they don't know how to be daddies because they didn't have a daddy figure? What is it from? Or is it just from these older men just want to just say, hey, we engaged. Hey, we doing this. Hey, we doing it. What are you showing these black men? What are you showing them? How to go shoot up some stuff? How to go pop pills? How to go sell drugs? Fast as money, as my sons and him call it, is sitting out here selling drugs. But then I have two sons that say, hey, we don't want to do this. We want to get our life together. So how can they get their life together and they being stalked and chased by police, and not even just by the police, we being stalked and chased by our own self.
I think the problem too with listening to you, sister, speaking with our young men, some of it is that they don't have, influences, male influences. And my thing is, you said something that hit home. They don't know how to be dads. Well, if you don't know how to be dad, and if you see what wasn't done, you do the opposite. You know what not to do. So if your dad wasn't there, you show up for your kid if you have one. But and the other problem is, women cannot teach a man to be a man. We can show them what we look for in a man. I can lead you to the water, but I can't make you drink. I don't know what it's like. I don't know what it's like to be a struggle of a man. I've never experienced walking down the street and somebody else cross the street because I'm walking down the street. I've never had a woman clutch her purse because I'm walking. I've never had nobody, profile me because I look like somebody else. Mm-hmm. So I don't know nothing about being a black man. I know the struggles, but I haven't experienced them myself. So when women say, well, I raised my son, you raised him to be the man that you would like to see him be, or what you would want in the man. But you can't tell that man how to you can't raise that boy to be a man because you don't know the daily walk. No more than a man can raise a girl to be a woman. Certain struggles, that's not even. But what we do sometimes as mothers, and as single mothers, and I've said it before and I'll say it, and people may disagree, and that's perfectly fine. We raise our sons to be pimps, inadvertently. And I'm going to tell you why. We do everything for them. We cook for them, that's fine, but we coddle them and we spoil them. We don't let them know that man up. All of that bitching, that's not cute. That's not going to get you nowhere. See, your mama take care of you. But your mama didn't tell you what you needed to do necessarily to be a man because she did everything for you. So now you go outside with a sense of entitlement and false manhood thinking that another woman is supposed to do what your mama did because she took care of you. So now you have this pimp-like mentality that every woman did. My mama cooked for me. My mama did this. Well, that's your mama. But have we hurt them or have we helped them?
Can I?
Mad when somebody talk about us about it. It's like you didn't teach your son nothing.
Can I interact on that, young lady? Just
Mm-hmm.
a little bit. Mm-hmm. You right in so many ways, but then I can understand what you said because I have a son. I love that boy to death, and this not the only son I have. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, the beginning of the day, I'm not gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna say I treated him like a pimp, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But I think as a woman, I gave him the best that I could give him. I showed him this is how I would want you to treat another woman. Don't put your hands on her. I don't care what she do to you. Don't you put your hands on her. You wouldn't want no man putting your hands on me. You wouldn't want no man putting their hands on your sister. You get what I'm saying?
See,
I understand.
That's totally different. That's not pimp mentality. mentality, that is raising your son to be something better than what you've seen or what you've experienced. That's not the same. See, you may have, as a parent, we are nurturers. Now, some of us are nurturers versus nature. Some of us just are parents and mammies and mamas because that's what nature did and we followed nature. Some of us are nurturing. There's nothing wrong with nurturing. I'm talking about the fact that your son depends, or any boy would depend on a woman to do everything. My son knows how to cook. He knows how to repair. He knows how to sew. He knows how to wash and clean.
But you
And
know
the
why?
reason why? Go ahead.
Because of you. But my son knows how to. All my sons know how to do that, but they had to have training from the Nation
Exactly.
of Islam.
Oh, okay. Mhm.
You get what I'm saying? It's always in my eyes as a man. It's always a boundary. I want that man to be able to cook. I want that man to be able to sew. I want that man to be able to fix the car.
Mhm.
It ain't always about me getting up under there fixing my car. It ain't always about me getting up, fixing us a family dinner. If that's what that man want to do, then go ahead, brother, knock yourself out.
Right.
You know, knock yourself out, brother. Do your thing, brother. Hey, more power to you, black man. Do your thing, brother. You know what I'm saying? But you got to get it together. Like you say, these brothers got to get it together. If it takes the Nation of Islam to get these guys together, these black guys together, then we need to enforce that. We need to enforce it.
And sometimes, too, with men, and I'm speaking on both ends, sometimes we as women need to learn how to be their peace, P-E-A-C-E, and not their P-I-E-C-E. It's a difference. People will do what you allow them to do. At the end of the day, being a black man is the hardest thing in the world. I don't care what nobody say. And I'm not even a black man. It's the hardest thing in the world. Because at the end of the day, you got society looking at you. You got them criticizing you. You got them judging you. You got them doing all of these other things, be it directly or indirectly. And you come home to what? And see, the thing that I say is women sometimes, and even I was guilty of it too. Oh, I want him to have this. I want him to have a 700 credit score. I want him to do this, other. So here's the thing. Every example or every standard you set for him, do you meet it yourself? See, I'm not going to tell you, I know what a man's role is and what a woman's role is. Let's not get that twisted. However, he said the standard of, I want you to do this, I want you to do that. And here it is. What do he bring to the table? Well, first of all, I am the table. So how are you going to adorn me? I can't expect you to be physically fit and I'm sitting over here looking like Humpty Dumpty. I can't expect you to have the 800 credit score and mine is 400. You see what I'm saying? There has to be a meeting of minds somewhere.
Exactly. I would want somebody
on your level. I want you to do three things. Okay. You either gonna lead, follow, or get the hell out the way.
Let me ask you. I want to ask Ms. Holmes. Let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
I want to ask you a question. If you would you? This is a question. No disrespect. Would you allow one of your sons to marry a woman like you?
I would want my son to marry, no disrespect towards me, period, because I know I have things to work on. I would want my son to marry somebody that's on his level, like the young lady said.
That ain't what I asked.
I can't.
Hold on, that ain't what I asked. I asked, would you recommend your son to marry a woman like you?
Oh, I would, yeah, of course. Of course.
Okay.
Of course I would. And being that said, why would I? Because I'm a single, well, not single, but I'm a black woman that has a little knowledge, and I wouldn't want him to go outside his race, and I would want him to have somebody that's like me or a little bit better or a little bit more intelligent than me.
Okay. Okay, because I noticed you've been stressing about men need to get together, and men. So do you?
It's not so much a man.
I'm just going back what you were saying.
I know, and I did. It's not so much as a man need a job, a female need a job, but in this day and time, like I can go into my marriage a little bit more. My husband, he in between. He wants me to work, but he wants me to work from home. He wants me to go to school more than he wants me to go to work. You understand what I'm saying? So, in answer to your question, I would want my son to marry somebody like me, but I would want him to also marry a young lady that he feel is on his level. And it's not just on his level, but can grow with him, love him, he can love her. They can basically grow together. I mean, some men out here just doing stuff and they not achieving goals. Just like women out here doing stuff and they not achieving goals.
Okay. So, reason why I'm asking you these questions is because I don't just want you just to point all the blame on the man, because the women got to take some responsibility as well.
True.
Both.
And that's true. And that's the reason why I'm basically learning that. I'm basically teaching myself that. I'm basically can say, hey, I'm a black woman. Let me go out here and do this or that. I have my own notary public business. You get what I'm saying? So a woman needs help more than a man. A man, if we can't help each other, then we don't need to be together.
Okay.
It's a 50-50 thing.
Hold it right there. Hold it. Now, you said a woman need more help than a man.
Everybody need help.
No, but
There you go. I'm sorry.
Okay.
No, he good.
Okay, hold it, Paul. Hold it, Nan. Hold it. Now, what is a woman's role in a man's life?
Well, she got a couple of roles. Where you want me to start from?
I'm asking you the question. Answer the question.
Okay. I know me personally, as a wife, as a woman, as a mother, as a grandmother, my role, I feel, is to maintain my household, maintain what I got going on in my house. The other role I play is to help my husband. When he don't have it or something can't get paid and I feel like it needs to be paid, that's when that woman's tuition come in. That's when I supposed to kick in and say, hey, baby, I got your back. We gonna do this together. It's gonna be okay.
Now, hold it right there. Hold it right there. You said something that I wanted to hear. You said help. Help.
I'm his helpmate.
Well, you ain't talking like it. Okay, you ain't.
You confusing me.
No, you're not talking like it, Paula. You saying, listen. If I'm hearing you well, correct me if I'm wrong. A man, your job is to help the man. That's your job as a wife, to be a helpmate, not a hindrance, a helpmate to the man.
Exactly.
That's your job as a woman. Help him to get to where he need to be at. Help him to take care of the family. Help him to provide for the family.
Exactly.
A helpmate.
But in him, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
And being a helpmate can mean basically in time of need, we might become short of certain things. So that's for me to say, hey, I got you. You get what I'm saying? Hold on one second.
Okay.
It's a lot that goes. I understand what she's trying to say too, but that is the number one role, to be a helpmate. That's it. Hey, when we in the race and you get tired and you can't run no more, I come up to you, take the baton, and I keep on finishing. The race don't stop.
Okay.
It keeps going.
Right.
But there's different ways. I mean, everybody's ways of supporting and help is different. But that's why I said, number one, to be his or her peace. You gonna lead, follow, or get the hell out the way. I have no problem with following. You show me, hey, this is what we doing. Okay, let's roll. Let's do it. But now, if you sitting up here debating if you're gonna get on the train or if you're gonna wait for the next one, well, baby, we moving on. So if you getting on it, you ain't going. And understanding the daily walk, everybody can't go with you. Elevation requires separation sometimes, and that's with anything.
Okay. Okay.
But I do understand what she's, the point that she's trying to make and she's trying to get across.
Right, because.
But like you said, it's not all on the man.
No.
That they don't work like that.
Right. Okay. Thanks, D. Listen. What I'm trying to get is most women in today's society wants the man to shower them with gifts and blessings and do all that. But the woman role there,
maybe that's why you go to work.
Yeah, I know. The role is to help the man, to help me.
Mm-hmm.
Both of when that come into play. I mean,
because like you said, we looking for them to, do the material and surprise us with gifts and stuff. It's nice, but that's why I go to work.
Mm-hmm.
So when I want to go get my nails done, I want to get my hair done. It ain't nothing but a thing. I'm going to get it done. Now, if you want to do it, thank you, please, and thank you. And that's that. But I'm not going to say, well, you should be getting my hair and nails done. Who head is it, man? You represent yourself before you represent anything else. So if you want your hair done, you get your hair done. If you want your nails done, you get your nails done. It's nothing wrong with, your significant other say, hey, baby, here, go get your hair done. Go get your nails done. That's perfectly fine. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to necessarily look for you to always do it. I got it. That's why I go to work. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? I got it. I know a friend that's like, oh, my husband pays all the bills. He fills up her car every week. He makes sure her maintenance of her car is done. He pays the mortgage. He was like, because I'm not splitting on rent with my wife. She pays all of the other stuff. She pays the light bill. She pays her cell phone bill and the cable, the little stuff. He was like, at the end of the day, her check is hers. She do what she want to do. I don't tell her what to do. I don't tell her how to spend it. She want to spend $1,000 on a purse. That's what she do. Mm. So, I mean, it depends on the understanding and where people are, first of all, financially, because a lot of people like, well, the husband is supposed to bring home the bacon. I'm supposed to stay home. That worked back in the day, and it did, and it still works for some people. But to me, it takes two. In this day and age, it takes two. Now, if you have the income that's 6 figures and I have the ability to stay home, and that's what we collectively decide together as a unit, then so be it. I got you.
Okay.
But for me to sit there and say, well, I'm staying home, I'm not working, you the man, you're supposed to take care of the house, then what you supposed to do? So if he's supposed to pay the bills, so when he come home, what's for dinner? Mm-hmm. What we doing? When my husband came home, when I stayed at home and I chose to stay home for 2 years, 3 years with my daughter, when he came home, when the back door opened, the microwave was going for him to warm up his dinner. The kids were bathed and fed, and everything was the way it was supposed to be. Laundry was done because I'm staying at home. I'm not doing nothing all day. So it's no reason why, things happen, of course. But when he came, his friends at the barbershop used to be like, your wife cooked for you every day. You come in here with lunch, leftovers, and what, man? They used to be like, Ms. Wilson, can we get a plate? But that's just what I did, because at the same time, he rest assured that when he walked outside the door, like I said, he got all life BS coming at him, whatever it is. But when he come in the house, that's his peace. Now, we wasn't happy-go-lucky. We didn't have no perfect marriage. We were married 25 years and we were divorced, and it's okay. It was called the death of a marriage. But when he at least came in the house, we had our arguments and stuff, but he didn't have to worry about if his kids were taken care of, if the house was together, because all of that was done and together. He went and did what he did, and I did what I did. And guess what? He didn't look down at me no more, and I didn't look down on him no more for his line of work or anything. It was understood. This is what we do. To a certain degree, it was run like a business almost, because, look, you got the kids in the house out here. Selena, how you doing?
Okay. We got a new caller. Hold it, Tiffany Wilson. Come on, Selena.
Got it.
Come on, sister. Selena, come on.
Well, what I'm trying to say is she is telling the truth, but I think a woman, I'm talking.
Do me a favor. Turn your Facebook down. turn your Facebook down and talk to me directly in the phone. Turn it all the way.
Do you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you now because I hear background. But go ahead, talk now.
Well, what I'm trying to tell her, she is right, but a woman supposed to be at home. A woman supposed to cook and have the house clean for her husband.
Okay, somebody got their phone. She hung up. It probably wasn't her. She getting frustrated. Yeah. Well, I mean, let me ask y'all a question. Is it still a woman's duty if she's going to work every day, 8 hours? Is it still her duty to come home to cook every time and run the bath water and do the laundry? Is it still her duty to do that, even though they both going out and work? Or somebody help me out on that real quick. Maybe you can help me, Miss Tiffany.
I mean, I look at it like this: if you was by yourself, you was going home to cook. You was gonna run your bath, right?
Right.
Right. Whether if I got somebody living with me or not, I still got to eat every day. I still got to wash my butt.
Right.
I still got to do the necessities. We get so caught up in the gender roles when at the end of the day, sometimes it ain't really that deep. It's a woman's job to cook. It's a man's job to take out the garbage. Look, if the garbage thing, take the damn garbage out. That's it. That's all. If it's dirty, clean it. If it's stink, fix it. Whatever. I'm not going to get caught up in, well, I've been at work all day and I'm tired and I'm too. Well, hell, we both got to eat. So now we're going to sit up here and argue about who's going to cook, or we going to get in the kitchen and cook together, or what we going to do? Because the time it takes for you to go back and forth about who's going to do what, you could have already got it started.
Correct.
But that's just me.
Okay, Selena back. Selena, what was you saying?
Well, if she would be quiet.
You good now. Go ahead, Selena. Don't get frustrated. Come on, talk.
What I'm trying to say that, yes, a woman, she cannot work and come home and cook dinner. I am talking. I'm saying that a woman, she cannot come home and work and cook dinner and clean up and watch the kids. How could she do that? How could she cook, clean, have the kids bathed and all that, and she got to work along with him to help him out? A man supposed to work and a woman supposed to be at home to take care of her house for her husband.
Hey, Selena, can you do me a favor? Selena.
Yes.
Why you still got Facebook running? I can hear it running. Can you turn it down? Don't worry about looking at me. Turn it all the way down because it's going to be a delay. I can hear it while you talking. Turn it off.
Okay. Okay, it's off. Now, can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I want Miss Tiffany Wilson to answer your question real quick. You said, how can a woman... I want her to answer that question.
I mean, I'm not going to say it's easy, but I mean, I've done it. It depends. Like, for instance, when I went to work, my husband went to work, my kids went to school, I came home. What I used to do is I would make quick stuff because we don't have all night to cook. I would put something in the crock pot in the middle of the day. When we came home, kids got in the bath, we did homework, we ate, we sat down as a family, we went to bed. Everybody had something to do. So we worked together as a team.
Has joined.
That's how I did it. I don't know what may work for somebody else, but I looked at it like if I was a single parent and I wasn't married and I didn't have a husband, that's what I would have to do. I wouldn't have
Tell
the
the truth
sitting at home saying,
and shame
I
the
need to
devil.
have somebody do this for me. I had to do it because that's what you do. But that's me. Now, some people may feel like that's not what they can do. To each his own.
That's ways to take care of our kids. We supposed to do that anyway, with a husband, without a husband, or without a man. You still want to do that anyway. But where's the job coming in at? Then you got to pay for a babysitter. You have to do it all. So I'd rather my husband or my man to work while I take care of the house. When he come home, he can eat, his bath water be made. He'll have everything. But I'm not.
And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that because that has to be a meeting of the minds between you and your husband. It's not something that is just what I expect. I mean, if that's what you all come up with and that's the way your household is run, there's nothing wrong with that because that's what our grandmothers did.
That's what I'm gonna come up with. That's what I'm gonna come up with. I'm gonna let him know what he got to do before ahead of time. See, a lot of women, they wait, but I don't wait. I talk right then and there.
Get the understanding in the beginning.
What I like, what I don't like, all that. Oh, hey, yeah.
Well, what about what he
it's
do? Hold on. What about what he don't like and what he like? Does that matter?
He goes both ways, but really, I'm the woman.
Well, he
He
the
the
man.
man.
Okay, well, I mean, what about what he don't like? It ain't just your way. It's y'all got to come to agreement.
Right, that's why right, I understand that. That's why I say I'd rather tell him straight up. Then he can tell me what he don't like. But when you meet someone, you got to tell them what you like and what you don't like. And I like a man that he can come home, kids clean, house clean, he can eat, take a bath, do all that.
Are you married or have been married before?
Yes, I'm married. I've been in my husband for 22 years.
Okay. So
He's sitting right here.
do you work?
What? No, sir.
You never worked while you was married?
My job. What you say?
Have you ever worked since you've been married?
Yes, I have.
Okay. All right. So do you think it's a crime for you to go to work as a woman?
No.
Okay.
I just didn't trust no one with my kids. Just me.
Okay. Do you send your babies to school?
Latrice, how you
Yes.
doing?
You send them to
Yes.
school? So do you trust the school?
Yes, take them and pick them. I take them and pick them
I
up.
said, do you trust the school?
Somewhat, not really, somewhat, but they got to go to learn, but somewhat. Really, no.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, let me see what the next
Not
one.
like that.
Yeah, but hold on, Celine, hold on. 501, come on, 501 area code.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
So we talking about several things. We jumped off this topic a little bit, but whatever you want to talk about, and both topics, so what you have to comment on?
Well, what prompted me to call was just one of the callers said that the man should be working and the woman should be in the house. That kind of blew my mind a little bit because
Why? Help me out.
Because many of us, we work because we choose to work. I feel that we should play off of each other. I'm divorced, so it ain't like I did everything right. It's not like he did everything right. But we did kind of play off of each other to meet each other halfway. Now, he was the one that did not want me to work. But I said, excuse me, sir, I have 2 master's degrees. I didn't go get those to sit at home.
To sit at home. My husband was the same way.
But it would be nice, but I'm going to work. And I said, and you know what? While you're in these little warehouses, I'm not going to float your boat either. How about let me help you get a little bit more education, and you're going to work a better job. And he agreed with me. Had he said no, I would have said, well, hey, you might need to get 2 of those warehouse jobs or something. But the point is, I don't feel that it's a woman's role to stay at home. I mean, I cook, I clean, so does he. You know, he went out one year and built a whole dog house for all his dogs and all. I'm not doing that. But, I might go, run up the street and buy something like that, but I'm not going to do it.
Okay.
And I'm not going to expect him to support that. I don't feel like we got to lose this idea that women got to be in the house and men got to go out and bring home the bacon or whatever. No, I don't agree with that.
Well, let me ask you a question. What is a woman's
Mhm.
role then in the marriage?
I'm not going to be identified as a helpmate for anybody.
I just asked you.
I'm
asking
I feel
you.
like a woman's
What's
role.
I'm
Okay,
asking you.
I feel
In your own words.
I feel like my role was.
I don't think she knows. I don't think she knows.
Hold on, let her
I
talk.
feel like my role in the marriage was to be honest, keep an open line of communication and work with him to get things done. If he had lost his job, then I'm gonna pay those bills because I got, I got his back. If he, if I would have lost my job, which I stopped working a couple of times, no problem. But we gotta work together. Nobody has a specific role. I mean, he cooked, I cook, whatever. Sometimes he come home if the house wasn't exactly right like he liked it, then he just start, he do it. And after we divorced, I worked, I took my children to school, I cooked, I cleaned, and I did everything. So there's no such thing as you can't. You just got to pull that from within and do that.
So what is it that you got against a woman being a helpmate to a man?
Right.
What is a helpmate, first of all?
Mm-hmm.
Is that like Molly the maid or something? What's a helpmate?
You got the master's degree. You should be telling me.
That don't mean you smart just because you went to school.
No, but you said you had a master's and you want to.
I do. I have two.
Okay, you have two.
So
my
point is that I got
in
to
order
to have a specialized skill so that I could make more money. That was my goal.
Okay.
But as a helpmate,
Right.
let me try to answer your question. You said, what's wrong with being a helpmate? I don't know that anything is wrong with being a helpmate if that's your call.
Yeah, but
I'm not a helpmate.
Okay.
I'm just a partner.
Okay, you're a partner. Okay. So what?
But you're still helping your mate. That's where it comes from.
Right,
Help
you
mate.
they're still the same.
That's still the
See,
same.
women who
Right.
think
It's just
like
like,
that.
okay, that's just like
Hold it.
You can work the register,
Go
you
ahead,
can work
sis.
the grill,
Hold
you
it.
could be a sous chef, you could be an executive chef. I'm not the one on the register. That's basically what I'm saying.
Well,
But just because you help somebody doesn't mean that your role as a woman or as their mate diminishes. It's equal parts, equal giving. It doesn't mean that because he's an executive chef that you not his first hand or whatever. It doesn't mean that your role as a woman diminished. I mean, it doesn't. You're helping.
Can I tell her something?
Well, maybe I just don't like the word helpmate.
I think that's what it is. I don't think it's that you don't want to be a helpmate, because clearly being married and your husband and you work as a unit, as I did. I was married 25 years. I don't get caught up in adjectives and acronyms and whatever. Like I said earlier, if something needs to be done, we did it together. It got done, and that's it. We're not gonna stand in the middle of the kitchen or the living room or the bedroom and talk about, well, you didn't fold the clothes, I washed them. We're not gonna do that. We're gonna get up and we're gonna do what needs to be done, and that's it. And that's all.
Mm-hmm. Good point. So
A woman do a woman's job and a man do a man's job. A woman do a woman's job
and what's a man's job? What is
That's
that?
where I'm going at.
Right, because I'm gone too with that one.
well,
okay, yeah. Okay, Martin, I'm gonna let y'all finish this because clearly y'all above my league. I'm down. I can't. I'm not doing a good job here. But I'll continue watching. I watch you all the time.
Okay,
This is my
thank
first
you.
time calling.
thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay.
Okay, appreciate
Bye.
you. All right, 3331. Come on, caller. 331. Area code.
Hi. Yes, I want to speak on a woman's role, the one that said that a woman's supposed to stay at home and drop the kids off and pick them up and all that. You know, a lot of these ladies, they say that they stay at home moms. Well, I would say that you need to be a PTA mom then, you know. But a lot of them, what you doing at home once your kids go to school? That's what I want to know. What's your role to do at home? Because you can only do so much cleaning, and your house shouldn't be that dirty.
Help my kids to their homework.
But they at school for
Help
6
my
hours.
kids
What you
to their
doing?
homework.
I
After
can
they
tell you
do
what a
their
woman should be
homework.
doing, though. If a woman
Mike,
ain't up
can I-
early in the morning thinking, hold on, because I was talking first. If a woman ain't up with her thinking cap on, trying to figure out, since she is a stay-at-home mom, how she can move that money around so that they can become more successful with the money that her husband has brought home. You see, that's what a woman does. She put her thinking cap on. She don't sit around and just take. You know, a lot of these women, and I see that happening, they say that they stay-at-home moms, but they're not PTA moms. They don't never go up to the schools to see what's going on with the kids. Sit at home, sit at the school with the kids all day then. Because there's only so much cleaning that you can do. They ain't picking up no books, reading, and trying to figure out how we can become more successful. They're still in the same positions, but they stay at home moms. Just take it.
Okay, how long you
That's
want to
how-
talk? Now, I
Ma'am,
was
hold
raised up.
on,
I sent
hold
my
on, sister. Hold on. Don't do that. Don't do that. She been on this phone waiting to talk. You didn't hear 4 or 5 conversations, got off the phone and came back. Don't do that, sister, like that. Let up when she's done talking, I'll allow you to talk. Come on, 331. Don't do it like that. Go ahead, 331.
I mean, she can go ahead and respond to that.
Okay, go ahead,
She can
respond.
go ahead and respond to that.
Well, my mother had 10 kids, and my father took care of all of us. My mother stayed at home. She fixed big dinners every day. He made sure we was clean. We took our bath. My father came home, and he always took care of the bills. He paid all the bills, made sure we had food and all that. So don't say because a woman sit at home, she ain't doing nothing. That's a woman's job too when she's taking care of her kids. That's a big job.
No, I
That's
did
a
not
big
say that.
job.
I said while the kids are at school, I see these parents, they're sitting at home doing nothing. They don't even have a thinking cap on. I mean, you ask them what they was doing. They flicking the remote. That's what they're doing. They're looking at TV.
They not doing nothing. How you know
No,
they
I
not
see it
doing
happen.
nothing?
I see it
When
happen
my
all the
kids-
time. Like me, I don't look
when
at
my
TV.
kids-
Because see, when my kids were little, let me tell you what I did. When my kids were little, I potty trained my kids by the time they made 1 year old. They was off of bottles, pampers, and everything because I don't look at TV. Still today, my kids are grown. I don't look at TV because I got my thinking cap on all day long. I was once married too. And when I get married again, my thinking cap is still available. I'm still thinking how to make some more money. Whatever he bring in, how can we make this money grow? Not just sitting around taking with no thinking cap on. Okay, your mom and dad, they probably weren't struggling. It just depends on what works for their household. For me, I want to do things. I want more in life. So I'm sure that his money ain't gonna just take care of every single thing. It's not a lot of rich men out here or rich women out here. You know what I'm saying? So we all gotta have our thinking caps on together. We just can't sit around take, unless you really don't want a lot in life, unless you're content with what you got. And that's okay too. But you got to be very clear on what you want in life for yourself before that man even comes into your life. I mean, I'm not saying for you if you say that you're married, but I'm saying I know that that's how it's got to be for me. I got to be clear on what I want. So with that being said, no matter how much he makes and he brings it home, I'm still going to be trying to figure out ways on how to grow that.
And you know,
Because
that's
when
something
your kids get grown, what you going to do then?
and that's why I was getting ready to say that. Mm. I was getting ready to say that too because I stayed at home, and let me tell you something. It's only so much burning, and only so much I could do. I got bored because I was used to being in corporate America and working. I stayed home because I didn't want to put my kids in daycare, my daughter in daycare, and babysitter and this, that, and the other. But when she went to school with 2.5 and 3, she was potty trained. We ready to go. She knew her ABCs. We used to play candy store. She knew how to count. She was above what she needed to be. And I was like, you know what? I need some adult interaction because sitting in the house wasn't getting it for me. I had to get up and do something and move around because like you said, when your kids are gone, what are you doing? And every day that my husband was out and he was at the barbershop and teaching and this, that, and the other, I was like, okay, so let me figure out what we finna do. What's the next the next business move that we gonna make? Because I was a financial person. Right. I was a financial person, but he brought it in, he said, look, I got it. You do what you see fit. And I'm like, oh, we going to make this money, do this. We going to invest here. Right. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And that's when I knew that sitting at home for me, that wasn't the thing for me. I don't knock nobody that does it, but I do understand. And then I took the time out. I went to my older son's school and I became the substitute librarian teacher. And then I did that every day because I was always around because I felt like if you don't use your tools, you lose them. So for me, I was at the school every single day. Even when he went to high school, they called me, hey, we want you to substitute. So I constantly did it until I finally got back into working.
That's what I'm saying. See, Dad, you was really at the school seeing about your kids and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. They knew who I was.
They just sitting at home talking about they some stay-at-home moms. I know. I got it right in my family. They stay at home mom. You ain't never been up to the school. You ain't got your kids in no after school programs. None of that. You know what I'm saying? You're too lazy. You ain't doing none of that. Your house dirty too. I know I got OCD when it comes to my house being clean, but it's still only so much cleaning I can do. You know, so I mean, what else you gonna do? You gotta have your thinking cap on. If y'all still in the same position the next 10 years and you're a stay-at-home mama, shame on you as being a stay-at-home mama. To me, that's how I look at it.
That's deep. That's deep. Y'all knows I'm being quiet. I'm letting y'all women down. I'm like, wow, that is deep. But I will say this. I will say this. Being a stay-at-home mom is still a full-time job, though. It is. I will say that, though. But I understand what you're saying, sister. What are you doing with the downtime when the baby's away at school? So make that time right. Make that time. You know, do something with that time.
Man,
right.
He's slow as hell.
Right.
So, yeah, they don't be doing nothing. I'm telling you, I got it in my own family. They don't be doing nothing. They just be sitting at home, twirling their toes, and half of these women, their houses be dirty, to be honest with you. And I'm like, I thought you was a stay-at-home mom. You ain't been up to damn PTA meet, nothing, but you're a stay-at-home mom.
I never looked at it like that.
That's not a stay-at-home.
I never looked at it like that, you know.
And they ain't got and they still in the same position 10 years later. You ain't thought about how to move this money around, how we can make our life better. No, you sitting at home with the remote in your hand, flicking the TV. That's what they doing. Most of them, I ain't saying everybody, I don't know everybody, but that's what they doing.
Wow. Ooh. Now, I didn't say that, y'all.
Baby, you going to get a phone call tonight if they see this live.
Ooh, I'll tell you, boy. Boy, that's it. But I never looked at it like that, the way she said it, though. You know, I was like, it is right, because there is a span, you know, like that, where the parent, it's only so much cleaning you could do and all that. What are you doing in that little 4 or 5 hour where the baby's at school or something, you know, or after school? That is true. I never looked at it like that, but that is so true. Now, I'm not against stay-at-home moms. Now, I'm not against that either, but
me neither. I'm not against it either.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna be doing something with that time. I can promise you that. And we ain't gonna be in the same position 10 years later. By the time our kids get out of school and stuff, we're gonna be doing what we need to do for us. Because I got my thinking cap on. For me and my husband.
But you know what, on the flip side of that is like for the lady that's a stay-at-home mom, I'm not sure if she's still on the line. As you listen to her mom and dad, it was 10 of them. And so she saw her mom stay at home, and that's what she saw her mom do. And so, you know, she adopted the ideology. Yeah, this is what I saw, and it worked for my mom, and that's what I believe. And like I said, if that's y'all understanding and y'all agreement, and it's totally nothing wrong with that. But like you just said,
she didn't have time to do anything with 10 kids. I mean, every year just about, you know what I'm saying? It was another baby growing up, so she didn't really have too much time to do anything in between, because with 10 kids, you're right. But I mean, I only had 4 kids, so, and you know.
Listen, I got 2. I got a boy and a girl. Ain't nothing else to have. I got
report cards, do all these other things. I had them in after school programs and everything. But still, I'm not gonna lie. My house was clean, and it still is clean. I'm a real clean, organized woman. But guess what? I still have some downtime. I ain't gonna sit there and tell no story.
You gonna always have some downtime, because if your house is clean and you clean on a regular, you spot cleaning, you not deep cleaning. By the weekend come, you just, okay, we gonna clean the toilet again. And like you said, it's only so much Molly Maiden I'm gonna do. At the end of the day, it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna do something else, because I cooked full meals too. We didn't have no, you know, nothing wrong with it, but I didn't have TV dinners. We cooked, we sat down as a family, we ate, we did all of that. But at the end of the day, it's only so much cooking, it's only so much cleaning I'm gonna do.
Well done. Yeah. I just believe, like, when you're in a relationship, like, and especially in this day and age, this economy, it's gonna take 2. It ain't too many rich people out here. It's gonna.
That's why I said it takes 2.
Depending on how you want to live too. If you're okay, you know what I'm saying, living in however you live, then that's okay. But I know for me, and I'm gonna get married again. I know for me how I want my lifestyle to be. So therefore, I know that I got to put some work in too, right? So that's just how I look at it.
Man, that's deep.
And then my kids grown too. So, you
Mhm.
know, but I already been having my thinking cap on while they was little growing up. So, you know, I'm able to make these moves now that they're grown.
Okay, can I ask you?
But like I say, I still see women still in the same position
Mm.
from 10 years ago. Now your kids grown and you still talking about you a stay-at-home mom or a
Wow.
stay-at-home wife.
Wow. Well, can I ask you ladies a question? If you had to
Sure.
do something over in your marriage, those of you that's divorced or been married once, what would it be? Or what could you recommend for new married couples? What would you recommend for them? A successful marriage.
Who want to go first? Because I can go first. I mean, I don't even want to talk all the time, but for me, it would be more patience. I got married at 23 and 24. So, I mean, I was 23, my husband was 24. We were still kind of like growing together. And wasn't that, I think listening, being more patient, and being and not being so selfish at certain times, listening more and talking less. Because sometimes I realized that I was hearing what he said, but I wasn't listening because I was too busy trying to get the last word, that I missed the whole concept of whatever it is he was saying, just simply because I wanted to do it my way. And patience, and then learning to communicate, effectively communicate, because now it's all about the bridal party and the shower and all of this and the dancing and the changing and the outfits. And baby, at the end of the day, when all the glitz and glamour is gone, you got to go home. It's not the Cosby Show. It's not the Partridge Family. It's what you make of it. And sometimes you wake up and look at them like you again. It's not always all the pictures and all the dressing up and doing the dance routine. That's all cute, fine, and dandy. You didn't spend $10,000 to have a party or more. Fine, nothing wrong with that either. But reality kicks in when you got to sit down and how we gonna pay these bills? Do we disagree? What do we agree? The meeting of the minds. How are we gonna come together to make this shit work? Whether it's a relationship, marriage, whatever. How are we gonna make it work? So I think for me, if I would have had just a little bit more patience, and I got it over time, and just work together and not against each other at the beginning, simply because I wanted my agenda and he wanted his agenda, I think that could have saved us a lot for me.
Okay, thank you, Miss Wilson. Okay, about this, Sister 331. Can you answer
Well,
that
I would
question?
say yes, being able to work with the person instead of against them. That was my biggest thing in my marriage.
Give me an example, give me an example.
Well, and it probably wasn't even my fault, but I'm gonna tell you. So in my marriage, my husband, he had wanted, well, he was an entrepreneur, right? So of course, when you're on somebody's job working 8 hours a day, you can't be on their job trying to start your own business, right? You got to do them people's jobs. You can't be on the phone making business deals, okay? So by both of us working, he wanted to just stay at home and get his project off the ground. We couldn't afford to do that because we had just purchased a home. He should have said that before we purchased the home. And I was like, well, we're not going to, you're not going to be able to just completely start working. I'm already working 16 hours because I was in the medical field. So I'm like, I'm already doing 16 hours. I mean, what other income won't come in there? We just purchased a home and everything. Now you're saying that you just need to stop working. No, we can't do that. We couldn't afford to do that. And so that maybe if I would have took my time and found out exactly what was his goals before we purchased the home, then we could have made it. But that was a really big thing in our marriage, which really caused us to separate.
Right, because a home is a big major purchase. It is a big major purchase. So what advice you would give some newlyweds that's listening?
My advice would be to make sure that you know each other's goals, and that something from what I went through. Make sure you know exactly that all minds has to be clear, all hearts have to be clear. So that means that you need to know what that person is looking for, what their long-term goals are. Are you ready to make these moves now, or do we have to wait to make these moves? Don't make these moves just because we're married and you think that you're doing this to make me happy. No, because both of us have to be happy, not just me. So I just think that he made that move too soon, trying to please me. One, Only thing you have to do is say that no, we should do this first, because you the man, you the leader. And just tell me. And I do believe in following the lead, which is my husband, because if anything happens, God gonna punish him. You know what I'm saying? Because I did what I was supposed to do. I followed your lead. Now, if things don't work out, you the one gonna be punished for it, not me. So that's all he had to say. But he didn't say that. We already had made the purchase. So yeah, that's what I would say to a newlywed person. Make sure that you know exactly which way y'all are going, what y'all goals are, what y'all long-term goals are, things of that nature. That's what I would say.
Miss Wilson,
Yes.
if you had to give some advice to a newlywed couple, what would you say? What would it be?
Communicate, take your time, work together, and listen. And I say that because a lot of times we talk and we don't listen. Realize that this is real life and that it's not a fairy tale. And the number one thing, keep folk out your business. Mamas, family included. Keep them out your business. What goes on between your husband and you is between your husband and you. Not saying that you can't vent, but be respectful. Be respectful of your partner in and behind, outside and indoors. When you go outside, nobody has to know your business. When you get too many people involved, and I'm not going to say, well, people say you're not married, so you can't give me no advice. That's not 100% true, because it's still a relationship. But keep folk out your business. Because you took vows with that man, you took vows with that woman. You all sit down and work it out. If you have to bring in a third person, a pastor or a therapist or whatever, who can give you some unopinionated advice, that's great. But friends and family, everybody don't need to know your business. Keep it off social media. And at the end of the day, figure out what each other needs to be. That's why I say effectively communicate, because that's the number one thing. Everybody in your business, everybody giving him advice, everybody giving her advice. And at the end of the day, behind closed doors and behind closed walls, you all are the one that have to sit down and work it out ultimately. And not all advice is good advice.
Now, could you guys both admit, this is nothing bad, some things do come with experience. You just can't see it in when you first get married. You just can't see it in, because of the youth, because of your youth.
Of course.
And then you learn doing
That's why I said I was young.
Right.
I was 23, so I'm still trying to figure out who I am and do. My son was 8, because I had my son at 18. So it was like, okay, I'm doing the mothering thing now. I'm somebody's wife. Okay, so it wasn't that I was a party person, wants to be outside, all like that. It wasn't nothing like that. It was still growing pains and still learning and getting to share and my space, and we worked together. But as time went on, you learn different things. You grow. I'm not the same person I was at 23. Nobody is. So as you learn and grow, at least you should, things become a little bit clearer. Like things that I used to react to, I won't react like that now. Why? Because wisdom has taught me better. So if you don't, you learn and grow. And if you never stop learning and you never stop growing. In the spiritual sense and in the mentality sense, you never stop. But I think that over time, experience is the best thing. And our parents used to tell us that all the time. Just wait until you get a little older, you'll see what I'm talking about, and it's true.
Can you, both of you guys, agree what I'm about to say? You just say yes or no. It's two things I always say a person can't have at the same time. One has to be lacking youth and experience. You can't have both of them at the same time. One is going to be lacking. What's your thought about that statement?
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
Because
you young. You ain't been standing there breathing long enough to know the experience of somebody that's 50 and 60.
Right.
You don't.
Wow.
That is true.
Wow. Well, can I make a statement? I think I made it the other night, and I want to make a statement. Now, we know that that the black man was taken out of the home due to public aid and housing and stuff like that. Now, but if you really look at it too, not only the man was taken out of the house, the woman was taken out too, because remember when Clinton came out to that part of the welfare to work, so that took the woman out of the house too. So that's both the man is out and the woman out. And like when the woman's away for 8 hours or 10 hours, the children at school on this certain amount of time, then they come home, they basically by themselves, in a sense, if I may use that term. So the house is already, it's just all out of order. So it's really no one's in the house. School spend more time.
Yeah, I was a latchkey kid.
Yeah. School, actually, the school teachers and the aftercare program probably spend more time than the parent, really. Because by the time the parent get home, she do a little house duty, cook, a little homework or something, she hitting the bed, up to work to the next day. So if you look at it like that, both parents was really taking out the house. If you look at it like that. And that's real talk. We have to look at it like that. And now we look at our children, we look at our young people getting back on crime now. Our young people, like you said earlier, I think you said, Tiffany, they have no fear of God, none whatsoever. They fear nothing. They don't respect authority. Now, when I say they, not meaning all teenagers, all young folks. Right. So I want let's get that out and clear, because some folks love try to correct folks and don't, come on now. Common sense, we know every young person is not out there shooting, gang banging, drugging, and sex. Every young person is not doing that. And I realize that. So I just want to put that out there, because people, they love to try to catch somebody up or trip somebody up in their words and things like that. So well, I get that all the time. But my point is, our young people are unsupervised in a lot of things. And what I've noticed, a friend brought to my attention, he said, watch the little children. And a lot of them don't do a lot of communicating with talking. They're quiet. Why? Because of the computers, the phones, the tablets, and the video games. They don't do a lot of communicating with humans in life. If you look at it, just sit back and pay attention, observe. Those of us that got grandbabies, just watch the grandbabies interaction, how they act. These gadgets got their attention. I was at I think at a baby shower, my daughter baby shower. And what happened was, my baby daughter texted me. Now, we both at the same baby shower for some money. Now, I'm figuring, why could she just get up and come and ask me instead of just texting me? And I'm like, man, that kind of bothered me. We both in the same place. This place is not this big. We all in one big room, but you're going to text me and say, give me some money or $10 or something. And I didn't understand that. Then I try to put my mind in her mind. Why would she do that? And I'm standing right here. You just tell me you need some money. I don't understand. And a lot of us, we don't understand the way young people operate and move in this day and age. Maybe it's not for us to understand. Try to figure it out. But we live in a new day and time. Our children, like Tiffany said, they have no respect. They have no respect for authority. They don't want anybody to tell them what to do. They don't want the teacher telling them to do. You have some parents, whatever their child do, right or wrong, we'll just say all wrong, they're going to ride with their child at the end of the day. And that's not a good thing when we endorse bad behavior. That's not good at all. And I'm speaking as a grandfather. So I am a grandfather, 5-time grandfather. So I see a lot of parenting. When I say parenting, I'm talking about both males and females. I've watched where young children pin the mother against the father in the household too. That's another problem too. If the father lay down law or if the mother lay down law in the house, they both both parents should stand behind the other parent. Period. And I think that becomes a problem also in the household. The child find out the weaker parent, and what I mean by weaker, the person that who they can get away with doing the most dirt and won't get no punishment, no repercussions. Because more likely the parent that they don't care for too much is the one that's more stricter. But the one that's more lenient, they love them more, whether it be the mother or the father. I'm not discriminating. And these are things that we see, but we don't acknowledge these things like that. You know, then another thing I noticed too, in being in the marriage and all that, that a lot of times when you get married young, and I'm not against getting married young, you have a family, you have a baby, you don't really get a chance to know each other. And it seemed like when the child comes, it puts a wedge between the relationship. Even though the child didn't ask to come there, shouldn't be that, but more attention is focused on the child, rightfully so. It should be. And we see that a lot. And these are things that we don't talk about. I'm talking about in relationships, you know. And so when our house is out of whack, and these are the results that we get in the street with our young people out there doing right now. A lot of our young people, they don't feel loved. You know, they don't feel loved. And yesterday we had a discussion. I think Tiffany was on here yesterday, and a lot of parents were saying how great strict parent they are and all that. I said, well, the real way to find out how good a parent you were is to ask your children, and they'll tell you. They'll tell you.
Mm-hmm.
You might not want to hear it, but they'll tell you some things about yourself, about your parenthood. They'll tell you. Again, like I said last night, it was 3 things that happened in my family that I grew up in a household with both parents. Both of them cussed me out. So I did the opposite when I got my family. Another thing that happened in my family, my father never told me. I can never recall him telling me he loved me. And I can't recall him even hugging me and holding me. You know, so when I got my family, I did the opposite. I made sure that I told my sons and my daughter that I love them and I held them. Then also in my household, when I was growing up, when we came home from school, we was allowed to play before we did our homework. Then by the time I came in the house, it's dinner time. I'm eating. I got to do my homework. I'm half sleepy. So I felt like I said, when I become a parent, I'm going to be more stricter on education than my parents were. And that's what I did. And it worked out. So these are the things that I saw my parents do that I didn't like. You know, those 3 things. It's some more other things, but those 3 things, I make sure that I was going to turn around and not take it in my family. You know, that's just me, people. That's just my little testimony. But I want to throw this out there, y'all. Go ahead.
Wait, Mark. Where the men callers at? It's been women. We've been on here
Where they at,
chatting
man?
away. Ain't no men callers at
Man, I
to
can't.
give a perspective on what they think.
Men, where y'all at? Y'all let the women just. That's true, because there's men. Listen, there's plenty of men on this live right now.
Let me say one thing. Piggying back on men. Because men, they be overworked and underpaid, right? So me being in the medical field for so long, you see more women in the nursing homes than you see men, because they already dead. They die early because they always trying to, you know what I'm saying? The woman always trying to allow them to do more than they can handle. They put more on their plates than they can handle, right? Because like I said, a lot of us women, we say that we want to be stay-at-home wives, but we're not even trying to take, even if we is a stay-at-home wife, we're not doing what stay-at-home wives should be doing. As I think they should be cleaning, cooking. I know a lady right now, she's a stay-at-home mom. She don't even tutor her kids when she get out of school. Her husband got money. So he allows her to have a tutor a babysitter and everything for her to sit at home and twirl her fingers.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? So, but he go do all the work. He do all the outside work and everything. He make sure that everything is done. Who you think gonna lay down and die first? Him. He's stressed out already. A young man. And if I live another 50 years, because I'm over 50 now, and I still be working in the medical field, I promise you I'll see him gone and she'll be in a nursing home for a while.
Mm.
He'll be gone though.
Mm.
Because that's what go on. That's why I say it's more women that's living in the nursing homes, they still living, than there are men. The men are already dead. They overworked.
I think according to the American statistics, that men average lifespan of a black man is like 65. I think that's correct. It's 65. So I'm 55. So I guess I got.
But
10
they
more.
just not. They're not.
Go ahead.
Mostly black people don't put their loved ones in the nursing homes. It's the white people, and their husbands are dead.
Hmm.
I mean, out of my career being in the medical field over 30 years, I really ain't took care of no black people. If it was maybe I can count them on my hand.
Hmm.
But you know, it's the white men. They gone already. They already dead. But their wife still living in their 80s and 90s.
Hmm. Something to think about, men. Something to think about. Stress do kill, though. Stress do kill. Stress do really kill. It even make you sick. It brings set up sickness in your body. It does. It make you look old.
Now, if we could just make it easy on everybody, on each other, then that's something else different, you know.
Right. That's something.
If you got a wife that's staying at home and she making everything easy on you when you get home, like the other lady was saying, you know, the food was ready, all these things are ready. But a lot of these women, they don't even. I mean, you can look around at these kids these days. These young girls, they bigger than I don't know what. They all eating at McDonald's every day.
Mm-hmm. You know what?
You know, they bigger than me. My daughters, they didn't do that when they was young.
I heard a brother say that this is the only time in history where the poor folks outweigh the people, the rich people that got money. All this garbage food.
Mm-hmm.
And I said it too. I said, how could a person that's poor outweigh a person that's rich? You got pretty can buy anything, eat anything, but it's the poor people that's got all the weight. If I may use that, no disrespect to nobody poor or nothing like that, but because I don't make fun of poor people at all. Not that I'm rich or well off, but I just don't do that. Make a mockery of people, income status and stuff like that. You know. So I think, do you guys agree? This is just me. Well, I'm just speaking out of this is my thing. Do you agree that black men, they need more training to be better men to women, to their wives, to their wife before they get married? They should go through some type of training or something to be a better person, to be a husband or something. I'm just something.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so because a lot of us, a lot of black people didn't have a two-parent household.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we both need some counseling or whatever before you get into a serious relationship or the marriage. I believe so.
Mm.
You know,
Yeah,
because
I think both need it.
Mm.
Yeah, both of us need it. I would say so.
Mm.
Because it's just not the man that wasn't in the household with their son. I mean, a daughter needs their father too. You know, so yeah.
Mm.
Because just like a man needs to know how to be a husband to his wife, a wife needs to know how to be a wife to her husband.
Well, can I share a secret with you guys? Most men, and some married men too, they don't really know the real definition of a man. You know, they really don't. They don't even. You got some men right now, they think everything that they say is supposed to go in the household because of the man in the head, and that's not necessarily true. Some men talk to their wife like she's one of the children, and that's not good. And they don't know the difference. When you bring that to their attention, man, you can't talk to your wife like she one of the children. You tell your daughter, you tell your son, go in the room, sit down, cut the TV off and don't get back up. You don't talk to your wife like that. You know, some men think that, you know, that's manhood. You know, that's manhood, being super
Right.
aggressive. And it's not. That's a turnoff. You know, so I'm talking about a man because I'm a man. And these are some things that I had to learn. You know, you got some men that's very immature. They call your phone and you don't answer a certain amount of time and don't call back. Now they're antennas. They get to blame you. Women do it too. But I mean, we got to learn.
That's insecurity.
Yeah, that's what that is too, part of. And most men
Yeah.
most men feel like this. And I'm gonna tell the truth and shame the devil. Let me hit that button. Say
Tell the truth and shame the devil.
Men need women to feel needy toward them. Because if a woman don't feel needy toward them, they feel intimidated. Well, she don't need me for nothing. You know? And that's really so, you know, whether that be from sex or for money or something, they want to feel needed. And when we don't feel needed, people, it's like, I don't know, it's like almost, it's like a turnoff in a sense. She got everything. She don't need me for nothing, you know. And that's real talk. You know, and I always say this
But
to
you know,
go ahead.
oh no, go ahead.
I
Finish.
always say this to women. If you can stroke a man's ego, he'll kill Jesus for you. I mean, seriously. And I know it's not funny, but that's
so
it.
true.
Yeah, you have to know how to stroke his ego, you know. Man, we like that. We want our women to feel dependent, that she needs us and she can't make it without us. You know, even though she probably can, but if she make us feel like that she needs us and stroke us, baby, I need you in my life. You the best thing ever happened to me. I appreciate you. You know, things like that, man, that you stroking a man. You stroking them. You stroking them. So that's what I had to say. I'm speaking from a man's point of view. All right. Go ahead, Tiffany. I think you wanted to say something.
Oh, yeah, no, what I was getting ready to say, something along that line. What I found out too is, and you were talking about how men feel and excuse me, stroking the ego and everything. What's funny I've noticed too is sometimes, and it goes to me too. We try and be a man. We try and do what y'all do. We wasn't built like that.
I know. That's that
We wasn't
masculine.
built like that.
I was going to talk
we
about
can't
that
do
too.
what y'all do.
But see,
We can't do what y'all
Only-
do because we emotional creatures.
right. Only in the black community. See, we dealing with a society. Listen to this, people, real close. Some people not going to catch what I'm about to say. Everything that's natural, it goes against it. We dealing with that type of society. We try to turn male into female, female into male. Even with our own hair, we don't like the hair. We make our hair another texture. Even our complexion, even you know, even some body parts on that. We want breasts. Men want breasts. Some women don't want their breasts on it no more. Cut it off. So that's a spirit. Then, and we should not be in competition with that. Because I'm gonna be honest with you guys, a woman's makeup is not made up to go out there and till the ground, then come home and cook and be a loving wife and all. That's not her makeup. You weren't built. That's why a lot of you women, you're so stressed out. You're upset and your hormones are imbalanced and all. It's because you have taken on a role of a man, you know. And I know we living in a new day and time that it takes 2 salaries to make it in the household. And I understand that. But that's where a lot of stress gonna come in at. You
But
know,
certain things a woman should not be doing.
true. That is true.
Because it's just certain things I'm just not going to do.
Right.
And I don't want to know how to do it.
Right.
My mother
I only
used to tell
wanna
me
know how
a
to
man
do
can work any job, but a woman can't. He can work any job, any place, anywhere, anytime, any location.
But let me just say this.
That ain't necessarily true for us.
Most
Because I know
men,
women, they ask me, do you know how to change the tires?
Right.
No, I don't want to learn either.
right. Listen, a woman, her makeup, her DNA is not made up to go out there and be lifting and moving and dragging stuff and all. That's not the woman. role. Her body is not, her DNA is not made up for that. Some women believe that they can, Steve, I hated when Steve Harvey came out there. What he said, act like a man, well, act like a woman, but think like a man.
Act like a woman.
That's a wrong thing. The Bible said, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So is he. So we have to be careful what we think. The Bible said where a man's treasures are, that's where his heart will be. So whatever you treasure, that's where your heart's going to be, period.
Mhm.
So we have to be careful. We have come out of the natural role. Now, I'm not against women showing some masculine energy when it's needed to be, but not in a relationship. Now, if a man went up on you and you got to defend yourself, that masculine come out of you, let it come so you can defend yourself. But you got to know when to activate it and deactivate it, period. And that's all I'm saying, because I'm going to tell you, I'm a man, and I'm not going to deal or be in no relationship with a woman that got more masculine energy than me. That's just not going to happen, period. I don't care how fine she is. I don't care how many tricks she can do in the bed. I don't care what she owns, how many degrees. It just ain't going to work. It's not going to work. And I'm not going to waste my time. And I'm 55, so I know I ain't got that much time. Another 50 years, probably all of us that's listening to this live or whatever, just grown, probably wouldn't even be here. So that's my point. That masculine energy. Yeah, we have to learn. Women have to learn how to when to put it on and when it don't. I've seen women take on roles of a man, and that's going to clash. Men like for women to need them. Just play your role. That's all. Men like feminine women. Feminine women, that turns men on when a woman is feminine. Ask them homosexuals. They know it. That's why they act like women, so they can get them men. You said, I'm telling you, most of the men that's in jail, they are attracted to them homosexuals feminine. They know that's a man. That's a man. I'm telling y'all the truth now. Men ain't going to tell you that. I'm telling you. Listen, them transgenders or whatever in jail, they are like gold in there. And I had a man that come on this platform and say that. Yeah, for real. Somebody said, but women have more than men. And that's true. Some women do have more than some men. And that's true. That's okay. But she can share. I've seen women that make more money than their man, but they working together. They're a team. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, here's a woman got 2 master's degrees and she work in corporate America. She's a 6-figure woman. Here's a brother making $50,000. He's a maintenance man at a school or mechanic, whatever. They work together. They put their money together. That don't make him no less man because he make less than his wife, his spouse, at all. They players. They're a team. At the end of the day, everything that we own in life, people, our marriage, our children, is only lent to us for a little while, a season. That's it. That's it. Our cars, our automobiles, our certifications, our diplomas is only lent to us for a little while, period. That big, beautiful home, that big, beautiful car, that big bank account, you're not going to be able to take it with you when you check out of this place, period. And that's real talk. I don't mean to be on here preaching nobody, but sometimes, listen, have you ever noticed, seen them documentaries when they dig up them graves, all them pharaohs, and they have all that gold and silver in their casket and all that? Man, listen, the centuries later, now somebody getting that gold and jewelry that y'all thought that you was going to take to the other side with you. It's not going to happen. Not going to happen. Period.
Yeah, but Martin, a lot of men are intimidated by women that make more money, right?
Yes, they
'Cause I
are.
always tell my kids like
Yes,
this.
they are. Yes,
I
they
say,
are.
it doesn't matter who makes the most money. It don't matter if I make $10, you make $6. That's $16 that we're bringing into the household. Now, what we finna do with this $16?
Yeah.
Right. So that's what I need to know. What we're gonna do to grow this $16. That's the main thing.
See that, but that's coming
Because the more
together
we bring,
as a team. You know what I'm saying? That's coming together as a team. you helpers of one another. So I mean, most men
Right.
are. They'll get over it if they want to be with you. You know, hey, yeah. I've seen women put men through school, put them through school, and so they can step their game up and go to the next level. You
I
know,
sure do. I just seen that too.
yeah, a good woman can wreck a man or help a man. Period. She can do that.
Yeah, because a woman, she can put a man in a position to provide for her for life
Yes.
if she know what she's doing.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Because wherever that man weak at, that woman can come in and fill in that gap and push that man. Really. To go to the next level. You know, it's like this. You got a young family. Okay, the man making 50,000, you're a stay-at-home mama. Now y'all have another child. So now it's either two things going to happen. Either the man going to have to step his game up, get a better paying career job, or the woman going to have to go to work. It's one of the two. Because we got another mouth to feed. You know, so that's where you have to sit down and communicate, like you guys were talking about communication. You got to hear and hear. You know, and it's not all. And y'all know it. I've been in them bad marriages. Everything ain't Hollywood, and everything wasn't bad about the marriage either. I'm quite sure both of you
Right.
guys had some good times, some high moments
Of course.
in the marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah,
And the one thing I think with when you made that point about men and the masculinity, I think it comes from the man. I'm the man. I make the decisions.
Right.
I make the most money. I this, I that, and it has nothing to do with that. Well, I'm the head. Well, the head can't stand up without the shoulders. So now what?
that's right. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And most
And it's
men
not
do
about if you make
right.
more money than me or I make more money than you. It's about
Right.
being collectively coming together to take
That's
care of
right.
the business, which is the household and everything
Tell the
therein.
truth
That's
and
right.
shame the
That's right.
devil.
Well, that some men get cocky when they got a little money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And things like that. I pay all the bill and all that. You know, man, you've been outside. You come in 4:00 in the morning. Now you want to give your wife some money. The way you apologizing is going to shopping spree. You know, some men would do that. Know they dead wrong, and that woman know you've been out there with another woman. But now you want to kick down some dollars and try to, I've seen that happen too. Some
Because
women,
she allowed it.
Yeah.
Because right now it's not more about her moral respect or more about it. It's like, well, he did this. Well, he gave me some money to shop. That's why I said, that's why I go to work. I
yeah.
don't want you to ever think that your dollar amount is gonna reign over me. I can go buy my own stuff. It's nice if you do it, but to me, it's not the all in the all. You know, it's nice, but it's not something that I'm gonna say, okay, well, I'm gonna let him do his thing. Well, he gave me some money. He bought me a new car. He bought me this. At the end of the day, you're still alone and lonely.
See, let me say this. What's that? I think her name is Tasha. What's that? Tashiana, I think. That's Anderson. She said, I can't respect a man that makes less than me. Sorry.
Oh,
So she's only loving on conditions. So that's not genuine love, sister.
well, that's why. What is love? People use that word and throw it around
Right.
so freely. Love
wonder
is
if you-
unconditional.
I wonder if she married or not, or ever been married, or something like that.
Well, a lot of people can't respect themselves, so how you gonna respect another person?
Mm-hmm.
So that's
Look,
what
obedience is
respect
better
comes.
than sacrifice.
Right. That's where it comes. You start with you.
Mm-hmm.
That's where it started with.
So then, are you with that person because what he can do for you?
Yeah.
Because you say you can't respect a man that make less money than you. Now, so then what's the relationship? And I'm not saying that, because let me tell you something, and I'm going to say this, and I might get some negative feedback, and it's fine. But two broke mother suckers can't do nothing, so somebody got to be on the come up.
I know that's right.
But I'm not going to sit up here and demean you, because a lot of times my husband did make less money than me. I was the one with the degrees. I was the one in corporate America. And when he wanted to go to barbering college, I paid for it. When he wanted to go to barbering school, I paid for it. He worked. But it wasn't like clearly he wasn't the one that made the most money. That didn't stop me. Because when he wanted to go out with his guys, and if he was short and he had nothing, I'd be like, here you go. So at the end of the day, I'm not emasculating you because of lack thereof. You compensate in other ways. I never had to fix or pay anybody hardly to fix my car unless it was something he didn't do. He couldn't do. So there's other ways, but I was never going to tell him, well, you don't make no money and I'm not going to respect you. No, because I wouldn't want you to do that to me.
Mm. Mm.
You be careful about the bridges you burn today because you might have to cross them tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Well, this one, because I always tell my daughters, make sure it ain't really so much about how much the money the man make. Make sure he has some potentials and make sure that he has a creative mindset. Because see, you can have a job today and don't have one tomorrow. Now, what you gonna do now to pay these bills? Because they still need bills still got to be paid even if you got a job today or tomorrow, right?
Mm.
So you got to be able to know how to make other moves and legally moves too. So you just got to have a creative mindset. You always got to be thinking on the next move. And so that's what I look at:
Right.
potential and a creative mindset. That's why I
Right.
say if I got $10, you got $6. What we finna do to move is $16.
Mm.
Because one thing for sure, inflation is gonna continue going up. It ain't going down. So I don't need to be complaining about that. Food getting high, this and that and this. We need to play recess. What we gonna do?
Mm-hmm. That's teamwork. But some people don't know how to work as a team. You know, some people, they don't even know how to grow and build together. You know, some people, I mean, you got two people have two incomes. Okay, you make money, she make money. But what can you guys build together? Now, if you have
Right.
money, y'all on the equal plane when it come to pay. Now, what are you two guys going to build? Show the world what y'all going to build, how y'all going to be together and build. You know, that's another thing that you stress, 331, talking about building. That's how we're going to make this happen. You got to build. You got to build together.
Yeah.
You know,
You got to.
that strengthens the bond. You know, when you get something out of the mud, use a street term, and you build it up, you can appreciate it more. You'll take less risk, you know, of losing it. It didn't come overnight. It took you some years to build that, you know. So it ain't all about, it's not all about these Hollywood marriages. You see the Cinderella marriage, you see everything happy, go lucky. No, it's going to be some dark times. You know, it's going to be some dark times. It's going to be some misunderstandings. You know, it's going to be some days, hey, somebody not won't be in the mood to talk. I'm upset, you know. So you got to be prepared, you know.
I really don't think that a real man wants to be in a position where if he cannot take care of his wife, right?
I agree with that.
That's why I say I don't really think, because I think a man wants to be in a position. If he really loves that person, he wants to be in that position, right? So that's why I said a woman, by her being a nourishing person, she can put a man in a position to take care of her for life.
I agree with that.
She can do that, and he will want to do that for that person that he really want to be with.
Mm-hmm. Well, let me ask you guys a question. And this is just a question. This is not a trick question, nothing like that. Now, I heard Bernard Phillips said, what's love got to do with it, period. But let me just say this. When people get married, do they really be in love, or they just infatuated, or their love grows stronger? What do you think? You know, you can speak out of personal experience or just
I think
participation, observation, or whatever. Go ahead.
I think it grows strong. I think it grows stronger.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because first of all, I believe that men, they, deal with the physical attraction, what they see, the visual attraction, I should say that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and let's just be real, and I believe that that's true, right? And I do believe that men's money is their power, right? So I believe, that's why I say I believe that a man, a real man, he wants to take care of his family or his wife, because that makes him feel good as a man that he's able to do that, right? And so to diminish a man when he can't do that, I think that that's a low blow on a woman's role. you know, instead of trying to lift them up and say, you know what, let's do this way so that you could be able to be in a position where you don't have to feel bad when you ain't got the money to issue out to me to do the things that you feel like is necessary for me to have done, you know. So, but I do believe that men, I believe that when you first get married, you know, your love gonna continuously grow stronger and stronger and stronger because y'all study learning each other as years go on. I done met couples that's been together for 40 years and they, you know, I hear them saying all the time, like, man, I love her more than I did yesterday. I love him more than I did yesterday. You know, just depending on the relationship. So, yeah.
I think that they do. Some people, and it depends on the people, because clearly I know my friend's grandmother, she was married. When she married her husband, she told us, she said, I didn't love him
In the beginning, right?
She said, I did not love him in the beginning. He loved me more than I loved him. She said, I tolerated him. And because back in them days, you did what you had to do, and he was a great provider. She said, but I grew to love him. And I grew to understand him. And I was like, wow, so you got married, you ain't love him? She was like, mm-mm. She said, I liked him, but I didn't love him. I wasn't in love with him. I loved him for being a provider and a caring person, but I clearly wasn't in love with him. We wasn't, you know, googly-eyed and everything. She said, but I grew to him.
That goes, this is my last question. Then I'm going to let you guys go because I got to get up in the morning too. Do the woman really falls in love with the man, or she falls in love the way he makes her feel or what he can do for her? I'm going to say that again. Do the woman really falls in love with the man, or she falls in love on how he can make her feel and what he can do for her?
Well, it depends on the woman. That's a wide variety.
Right.
That's a wide question
It depends on the
because
woman.
it depends on a woman, because I can love you for who you are, not necessarily what you have or what you can do for me, because all those things will be added. But I'm not going to say that I don't love you. You know, love takes on a different toll for different people. And I think when a woman, we are emotional beings. Okay, it don't really take much for us. And sometimes men, listen, it don't take much for us. We don't require much. We're not as complicated as you think we are. If you sit down and be quiet and pay attention, you'll figure out everything you need to know in the first 20 minutes of talking to her. A man, and on the flip side, it doesn't take a man all day to figure out what you are to him. Oh, she'll be my wife, or she gonna be wifey, or she gonna be my side piece. It don't take them forever, so don't let nobody say, well, he's still trying to figure out. He knew when he met you where he was putting you.
Yep.
He knew exactly what you were going to be to him when he met you. Same thing as a woman. When we met a man, we'd be like, okay, well, he just my little, either my sugar daddy or he my plaything, or you know what? I really see a future with him. I'm loving him first. And then I know that because I love him genuinely, everything else after that will just grow and be added. So for us, we're emotional. And sometimes we do, you know, we look for the what you can do for us, and we fall in love with that notion. Well, here's the funny part about that. When we fall in love with the fairy tale, and then when we marry the reality, now we got a problem.
Uh-oh.
Tell the truth and shame the devil.
Woo!
Because it looked good in the beginning. Well, but the reality is it ain't, because everything that shine ain't silver and everything that glitter ain't gold.
Don't we supposed to have these type of conversations before we get married?
We're supposed to.
Just like you just said, we two broke motherfuckers can't do nothing. We should be just marrying nobody who ain't got no potentials or no type of mindset to get something going for themselves, right?
I agree.
I can go on work a drive for that if I wanted that. You know, because even I have females be like, oh, you only gonna date somebody because I ain't finna date no bum.
I agree.
I ain't gonna see him date a bum. I ain't gonna fall in love with no bum. I'm not gonna fall in love with him. Because once I know that he a bum, I ain't gonna like him. I don't care how good he was looking. I ain't gonna like him.
And if I was a preacher, I would marry a bum with a woman.
Right.
You know. Period.
So,
I'm setting you up for failure.
I mean, call it what you want to call it. Because I hear people saying that. I hear it in my mouth. Oh, you must be a gold digger. What is a gold digger? I ain't digging for no cubic zirconia. I ain't digging for that. That don't make sense.
Yeah. Ooh, good. Paula, what you want, sister? I'm trying to get off here. I got to get out of here. Last comment. Come on.
I agree exactly. I agree with the sister. Hey, if we ain't got to dig for like she said, then we need to move around. But it takes two. It do take two to do what we need to do in this society.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it take two. Yeah, you disappeared on me when the questions got hard. You just get off line. I was waiting on you, but yeah.
Did you hear me?
Yeah, I hear
Did
you.
you hear me?
I just heard you. You heard what I just said?
Oh.
You got off the line when the questions got too deep. Yeah, you got off.
You know what? I'm not gonna play with you.
No, I got to tell the truth.
Tell the truth.
It's shame.
And shame the devil.
See, I know this about you.
We not gonna go there.
You like to run when the pot get too hot.
Did you
like
hit
to
me
run.
with the what two part?
Yeah.
Did you hit me with the what two part?
Yeah. All right, ladies.
You funny. I'm not gonna play.
Hey, you all good with me though.
Okay.
Don't think I ain't mad at you. We all good, but I just had to call you on the carpet on that though. But hey, ladies,
I know. Thank you.
I appreciate you guys for tuning in tonight. I know we started from violence and went into relationship, but it was really good. I learned some things, especially about the sit-home moms and all that. What do you do when the children at the daycare or at school, it's only so much cleaning you can do in a day in the house, and that is so correct. So I'm going to be looking into that, doing a little more thorough investigation, asking questions around about that, though. I mean, that's kind of, but I'm not against at-home moms and all. I'm not against that at all. But she is right. I never looked at it like that, So, but that is a job, taking care of babies and changing Pampers, cooking, going up to the school, checking on them and all that. That is a job because I know because I did it for 3.5 years by myself. I did it. And when I did that, I had a better respect for women because I always used to tell my wife, you ain't doing nothing but sitting home all day. What you doing, Ryan? That's what I would say. But then when I had to walk them shoes, walk that walk, boy, I was like, woo, this is a job here. This is a real job. I had to go to work and try to hair braid the hair and all that. It was a tough job. But I handled it though. My daughter tell me right now that she said, Dad, you was a good dad, but you sent to school bogus. You did not do no hair. I said, baby, I did the best I could, So that's real talk, So I did what I could, I cooked, I cleaned, did the laundry. They had to go to the doctor, I had to take the doctor. I had to do everything, and I understood a woman role when I had to really do that by myself. So I respect the women. I respect any woman that's out there that's on the red line, the blue line, the green line, with a baby in the stroller, one on her arm, and she holding one, and she out there 4:00 in the morning when it's dark, trying to drop the babies off at the daycare and go to work and make it happen. I respect that type of woman. I respect her. You ain't got nothing but love for her. She's doing what she have to do to better her situation for her and her babies. I respect that. Okay, guys, I gotta go. Any other comments?
You already know what it is. Live. You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. Tell the truth and shame the devil. I love